Hold up. Every day I wake up.
Wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now on Thursday night football. Did y'all see the game last night?
No, I went to sleep. I saw some of it, but then I went to sleep by halftime. I was in bed by 9:30.
Now, I don't even know who played last night because it wasn't on TV. It was on Prime, right?
The Packers and Commanders played, and the Packers won. 27-18. I'm going to tell you something, man, and I said this last week. I know it's early. Green Bay Packers going to the Super Bowl. You know how I know they're going to the Super Bowl? Because that's just the way things are when, a great Dallas Cowboy player leaves and goes to another team because of Jerry Jones' stupidity. Okay, Michael Parsons and the Green Bay Packers will be in the Super Bowl this year, representing the NFC.
Like you said, they won 27-18. The Packers are 2-0. Commanders are 1-1. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, everyone. How you doing?
Good
morning.
Peace,
Good.
Mimi.
Happy Friday. All right, so we start this morning with the latest on the murder of conservative figure Charlie Kirk. The manhunt continues for the suspected gunman who killed Kirk on the campus of Utah Valley University. Now, officials have released a new video and photos of the shooter showing a man climbing down from the roof where investigators say he fired the fatal shot before walking away from the scene. At a press conference yesterday, Utah's Governor Spencer Cox says this investigation can't move forward without the public's help. Let's listen.
We also continue to implore the public to support this investigation and come forward with any information. We are truly hopeful that this video and new photos will lead to even more tips. We are processing. We have an incredible team, a state and federal team working together to process those tips. We are going out in tandem to interview any potential person of interest or suspects. But we need, as much help as we can possibly get.
So far, authorities say they've received more than 7,000 tips, and the FBI is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Investigators have recovered what they believe was the murder weapon, a high-powered bolt-action rifle. It was found in a towel in a wooded area near the campus, and that rifle is being flown to the FBI's lab in Quantico for DNA and fingerprint testing. Now, the suspect is believed to be college-aged. He left behind shoe prints and a palm print, but no one is in custody as of yet. Officials say this was a targeted political assassination, and the governor vowed to pursue the death penalty if the case goes to trial. Kirk was 31 years old. He co-founded Turning Point USA and became a prominent figure in the conservative youth movement, known for defending broad gun rights and stirring controversy on college campuses. Meanwhile, his body was returned to his home state of Arizona aboard Vice President J.D. Vance's plane, and Donald Trump, we mentioned yesterday, is ordering the flags to fly at half staff through September 14th and will posthumously award Kirk the Medal of Freedom, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian honor. Now, lawmakers from both parties have condemned the assassination. Top Democrats are calling for unity and urging that people will not to stop pointing fingers. And there are concerns about safety already throughout Washington, with lawmakers canceling town halls and other events as just out of abundance of caution.
Yeah, please hurry up and catch the individual who murdered Charlie Kirk, because the longer he's free, the more and more conspiracy theories we get, and all the conspiracy theories do is cause more division and may create more violence, because you start pointing the finger and blaming people who don't have anything to do with this situation. I mean, we don't even know who the suspect is. I think it's crazy for the left to be blaming the right and the right to be blaming the left, and people to be pointing fingers at this person. I've heard everything from I've heard them blame Israel. I've seen them say he was taken out because it's a distraction to the Epstein files. I heard it was a gun club that thinks he's the spawn of Satan. All of that is nuts. We don't know anything until you find the actual person who did it.
And then also something that we always say, when you see something, say something. Like, when I look at things like this, and even when the president got shot, like, nobody seen anybody climbing up that thing or walking through the thing, or nobody seen him jumping down. Like,
oh no, they did. There's a lot of video of him. They got videos of him. I seen a few videos of him yesterday. Even with the video of him on the rooftop, like, people seen him on the rooftop, and nobody said, "Hey, let me call the police because that doesn't look right." Like, we need to see when we see something, even if it looks halfway funny, or even if it's any remotely a little left, say something. Like, I agree with that. Point it out, call it out. Let's double check, let's triple check, and if it's nothing, it's nothing. But in situations like that, I would have loved to see some of these things get stopped. But they should have been treating him like they would treat I guess a government official, like they should
political person.
Yeah, they should have been scouring those roofs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very sad. All right. Well,
For sure. All right.
that
Well,
is
we'll
front page
talk.
news. Mhm.
Yep. We'll talk more at 7. We'll talk about a new trend that's pushing more people toward online shopping, and we'll tell you what that is at 7.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get into some front page news. Start off with sports. Now, last night in Thursday Night Football, the Packers beat the Commanders 27-18. The Packers are 2-0. Commanders are 1-1. Also,
Hey, I'm telling you right now, the Green Bay Packers are going to the Super Bowl this year. That's just the way Dallas Cowboys luck works. Okay, Jerry Jones does a boneheaded thing. Trades Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons goes to the Packers. They 2-0. They going to the Super Bowl this year.
All right, and also Canelo Bud fight is scheduled for tomorrow. It's going to happen in Vegas, and you can see that on Netflix.
I cannot wait. That is going to be an amazing, amazing fight. I mean, listen, I don't know if it's going to be an amazing fight. I think that it's going to be a good fight. It's a pick-me fight for me. I just can't. It's hard for me to go against Terrence Crawford just because I know Terrence Crawford is special. But boy, this is an uphill battle for him. But it's just hard for me to go against him because of what he did to Earl Spence. Because you could not tell me that Earl Spence wasn't going to beat Terrence Crawford, and he demolished Bud. So it's a pick-me fight. Whoever wins going to win in the decision.
All right. Well, what's up, Mimi?
What's up, y'all? So good morning. While authorities are continuing to search for Charlie Kirk's shooter, Black colleges across the country were forced into lockdown after threats. So on Thursday, several historically Black colleges and universities went into lockdown, including Alabama State, Virginia State, Hampton University, Southern University in Louisiana, Clark Atlanta, and Bethune-Cookman in Florida. Spelman also issued a shelter-in-place order as a precaution because of its close proximity to Clark Atlanta. Now, the FBI says these were hoax threat calls, but warns that even false alarms can put innocent lives at risk. Now, Hampton, they canceled all non-essential activities, including athletics, for both Thursday and Friday. And Virginia State told students and staff to remain locked down while authorities investigated. Southern University, they canceled all campus events through the weekend and on its entire Baton Rouge campus, including the Law Center, which was also ordered to shelter in place. Now, the Congressional Black Caucus called the threats vile and a chilling reminder that racism continues to target Black institutions and urged the FBI and the DOJ to act quickly. Now, no injuries were reported, but school leaders are stressing the same message as something that you said earlier, Envy. If you see something, to say something. I know for many of us, this hits home. As Envy, you went to Hampton, one of the schools that was forced to shut down. Yeah,
they're actually gonna shut down today as well. So Thursday and Friday, no classes. They're gonna resume classes on Monday. They're saying faculty don't have to come in today, but they're also saying some of the sports activities in the student union will be open for kids to get food and to see each other. But they're gonna resume classes back on Monday. I seen that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes, and Black people don't have anything to do with this. So, folks need to misdirect that energy to somebody else. Like those pictures they posted of the alleged suspect, that man was not Black. Okay, even that old man they first grabbed and said he was the killer, he was not Black. So don't bring us into this. And also, this is why you have to be very careful and mindful of things you say and do, because I keep telling folks, it's Charlie Kirk today, but it could be somebody you love and support tomorrow. And then what?
Yeah, be very careful with the rhetoric. All right, so as we head into fall, COVID cases are climbing again across much of the U.S., driven by a new variant nicknamed Stratus. Health data shows infections are rising in nearly half the country, especially in the West and the South. ER visits are up across all age groups, and wastewater data confirms Stratus is now the dominant variant in the U.S. nationwide, making up about 80% of all new cases. Now, experts say this spike isn't surprising, as COVID has followed a late summer surge pattern every year since the pandemic began. But the bigger picture for families right now is vaccine confusion. The FDA has approved updated shots for seniors and for younger people with health conditions, but access looks different depending on where you live. CVS and Walgreens in some states say they are now required to have a prescription, or they can't offer the shot at all because local laws will not allow it unless the CDC signs off on it. Now, that confusion over vaccine eligibility is coming from the top, and it was on full display at a recent Senate hearing. Let's listen as Senator Elizabeth Warren presses Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. about vaccine access.
Will you tell America that all adults and all children over 6 months of age are eligible to get a COVID booster at their local pharmacy today?
Anybody can get the booster.
So you're saying that is now the official rule of HHS?
It's not recommended for healthy people.
No. If you don't recommend, then the consequence of that in many states is that you can't walk into a pharmacy and get one.
We're not going to recommend a product for which there's no clinical data for that indication. Is that what I should be doing?
What you should be doing is honoring your promise that you made when you were looking to get confirmed in this job.
You're going like
and
this.
That is, you promised that you would not take away vaccines from anyone who wanted them.
You know what I would like? I would like our Secretary of Health to sound healthy. I was sitting there listening to Elizabeth Warren wondering who the hell is breathing like that behind her. And then it was RFK Jr. He started talking. I want our Secretary of Health to actually sound healthy. Okay, that's what I would like.
Yeah. You heard the breathing right in the beginning of that soundbite.
Yeah, I thought that was somebody out here. I was like, who the hell is breathing so hard?
Yeah, no, he's getting a lot of flack online about the way he breathes. But in New York, Governor Kathy Hochul, she signed an executive order allowing pharmacies to offer updated COVID vaccines without a prescription. That move is meant to counter the recent federal changes that narrowly skewed that eligibility. So regardless if you take a vaccine or not, doctors say test if you feel sick and wear a mask in crowded indoor spaces if you are at risk.
Yeah, by the way, it's definitely something going around. Everybody been sick the last few weeks.
Something is definitely going around. And speaking of frustration, according to a new survey, shoppers do not like when merchandise is locked up. I don't know if y'all have seen this, but by the time you go to the store, baby formula, shampoo, toothpaste, even basic toiletries, they are locked behind the glass at your local store. You got to press a button, wait for someone to come, and depending on how long you're waiting, it could take a while. So retailers say they are locking up merchandise because it's about preventing theft, but new data shows it's costing them sales and testing shoppers' patience. So according to the National Retail Federation, shoplifting has skyrocketed with a 93% increase in incidents compared to 4 years ago, leading to a 90% jump in retail losses. That's why more stores are locking up those everyday essentials. But here's the flip side. Customers are frustrated. A retail dive survey found that more than half of shoppers have come across those locked products, and 27% say they just walk away or go somewhere else. And so while stores figure that out, I was going to say, Jess, because I want to know, but while stores figure that out, there's another big winner, online shopping, because people are like, I'm leaving, and they rather go and order it online because there is no wait. So what do you think when you go shopping and you see that? Because I'd leave.
Yeah, well, look, back in the day, I know why that happened. Back in the day, we used to sell all that stuff, you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, I get why they put stuff like that behind glass, but now you have a low employment rate, or the people that work there don't feel like running back and forth to unlock the thing. So now that's a wait time on the customers trying to get what it is, and then honestly, they still be trying to steal it. Some people go in there with the intentions to steal when they see it's behind the glass and they know that it's going to take long for the people to, you know what I mean? One thing a thief don't have is time. You know what I mean? So they leave and they go somewhere else. But
yeah, it's whack that we got to pay for the sins of shoplifters.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is. And also, too, another time you don't like when something is locked up is when it's something you want to be discreet about buying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like
the vibrators, the condoms. Well, Plan B is behind the counter now, which is also kind of, I don't know why they did that, because you got.
I know, now niggas got to look
Why
at you.
do you know this information?
What you mean?
Never mind. Go ahead.
This guy is crazy.
I used to sell them. Don't come at me like that. I used to
I wasn't
steal
talking
them
about you,
and
Jess. I'm talking about the short ball guy.
Yeah.
You don't have eyes. You don't observe. Like,
Plan B behind the counter? No.
What are you talking about? Yes, Plan B is behind the counter, and you got to ask the woman or the guy that works there, hey, you got Plan B? And then they'll get the box and then bring the box and be like, hey, we got a discount. It's $10. We can get $10 off on Plan B if you sign up. I'm like, God damn, man, just give me the goddamn pill.
Crazy, but they used to be locked up. I haven't had to look for any. So I didn't know they were behind the counter now, but they used to be locked up.
Well, that's
No,
because you and Chris was trying to have more kids.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
No, but Charlamagne, that's a really good point. You literally let everybody in your business because now you got to wait, and then they give it to you, and then announce it. And
Oh,
you
my
can't
God.
be discreet anymore.
It's so
you know?
crazy. That's terrible.
All right. Well, that's your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me on social at Mimi Brown TV. And for more news coverage, follow the Black Information Network or download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com.
Thank you, Mimi. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Hold up. Every day I wake up.
Wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?